The Revolution is an American rock band formed in Minneapolis, Minnesota and assembled in 1979 by Prince. Although widely associated with rock music, the band's sound incorporated rhythm and blues, pop, funk, and psychedelia elements. Before their official breakup, The Revolution had released 2 studio albums, 2 soundtracks, and 2 videos. The band is known for its many members, varied in race and gender. The Revolution rose to international fame in the mid-1980s with Purple Rain, 1984, which reached number 1 on the Billboard 200 and became certified 13x platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America, RIAA. 1. The band also achieved its second number 1 Billboard 200 album with Around the World in a Day in 1985. They achieved 6 top 10 singles on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, including 3 number 1s, Let's Go Crazy, When Doves Cry and Raspberry Beret. The band officially disbanded in 1986 after the Hit and Run, Parade tour, which supported Parade, the soundtrack for Under the Cherry Moon. Following Prince's death in 2016, the band announced reunion shows. 2. The Revolution won 3 Grammy Awards. When Prince formed his backing band after the release of his first album, he followed in the footsteps of one of his idols, Sly Stone, by creating a multiracial, multi-gendered musical ensemble. The band initially consisted of. Though officially unnamed, Prince experimented with the band acting as a side project known as the Rebels, recording material in 1979 in Colorado to get more music out. The recordings were a group effort with lead vocals by Simone, Dickerson or Chapman. The project was shelved for unknown reasons, but 2 of the tracks were later re-recorded and given away by Prince. You became You, and was released on Paula Abdul's Spellbound album, while If I Love You Tonight was released by both Micah Paris and Prince's later wife, Maite Garcia. Paris re-recorded the song from scratch. Garcia's version was re-recorded by Prince. On the next 2 tours following the Prince tour, the band underwent 2 lineup changes. Gail Chapman quit the band in 1980. 3. The end came when she told Prince she needed more musical fulfillment and growth for herself, but Prince wanted her to commit to some short-notice rehearsals instead. After a long conversation, Chapman quit the group to be replaced by Lisa Coleman. 4-5. The following year, after the Dirty Mind tour, bass guitarist Andre Simone would leave the band. Simone, whose family gave Prince a home after he left his father's house, left over a number of grievances with Prince, little input in the studio, he wasn't getting credit for his contributions to Prince's music, and in general his desire to start his own career, and would have bitter feelings toward Prince, as he later claimed that Prince stole many of his ideas that were used for the time and then that he created the bass line for Controversy's Do Me, Baby. 4. Ultimately, Simone was replaced by Mark Brown, renamed Brown Mark by Prince. Coleman was usually only identified by her first name, while Fink started wearing surgical scrubs on stage and became known as Dr. Fink. Fink originally wore a black and white striped prison jumpsuit. However, a member of Rick James' band was doing the same thing, and not wanting to copy that, Prince asked Fink, "Do you have any other ideas?" Fink said, "What about a doctor's outfit?" Prince loved the idea, and thus was born Dr. Fink. From 1982 to 1983, when the band was almost identified as The Revolution, it consisted of. The words "and the Revolution" can be seen printed backwards on the cover of his 5th album 1999. The band members were curious as to if they were getting a real name, but Prince had held back from fully calling the group The Revolution, partly because of Des Dickerson's wishes to leave the band. When the 1999 tour ended, Des Dickerson finally left the band for religious reasons and was replaced by Lisa's childhood friend Wendy Melvoin. Prince told Dickerson that he needed 3 years from him, and Dickerson wasn't willing to commit. Prince told Dickerson he'd leave him on payroll and honor his contract, which Prince did. Dickerson went on to eventually work for independent Christian record label Star Song. Wendy and Lisa shortly thereafter formed a special bond with Prince and greatly influenced his output during the rest of their tenure in the band. Prince's former mostly R&B/funk offerings would be more diversified with rock, pop and classical music elements. Prince and the Revolution's best-selling album, Purple Rain, produced by Prince and the Revolution themselves, peaked at number 1 on the Billboard 200, knocking Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA from the number 1 spot. 6. Released at the end of June 1984, the album featured the singles When Doves Cry, Let's Go Crazy, Purple Rain, I Would Die for You, and Take Me With You. 6. All the singles had accompanying music videos, all of which included clips from their relative scenes in the movie, and all charted on the Billboard Hot 100, but the first 4 peaked within the top 10 while When Doves Cry and Let's Go Crazy topped the chart. 6. When Doves Cry would become the most successful single from Purple Rain at the time of its release on the pop charts, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 as well as the dance and R&B chart. 6. The song Purple Rain won 2 Grammy Awards for Best Rock Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocal and Best Instrumental Composition written specifically for a motion picture or for television. 6. The album spent 24 weeks at number 1 and would eventually be certified 13 times platinum in the United States, 6 times platinum in Canada and 2 times platinum in the United Kingdom. 178. Purple Rain would become the first official appearance of The Revolution. 9. At the time of the release the band contained. They lasted as such through 1986's Hit and Run, Parade Tour. In 1985, members of the then soon-to-be defunct R&B/pop group The Family, which, in turn, included former members of another disbanded Prince-associated group, The Time, joined The Revolution, along with people from Sheila E.'s band. The Counter-Revolution lineup. For the Hit and Run, Parade Tour, the Augmented Revolution with its several new members began to perform the jazzy arrangements from the album, including the horn sections.